Hello, coaches. Welcome back to another episode of Coach Better Spotlight. My name is Kim Cafino, and I have worked with hundreds of teachers, coaches, and leaders in schools around the world to help them create thriving and sustainable instructional coaching programs. And I'm on a mission to help you coach better. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, come learn with us in one of our courses for instructional coaches or our private mentoring packages. Join our global Coach Better community and find all of our resources for instructional coaches on our website at coachbetter.tv. If you have a question you'd like to hear us answer or a topic you'd like us to discuss, please drop us a line on our website at coachbetter.tv/ask. Join our Coach Better Facebook group or find us on social media at Eduro Learning and send me a DM. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to catch all of our latest episodes here on YouTube. Today's episode is one in our series of coaching case studies with my amazing clients and an experienced instructional coach, Tracey McGilligian. Tracey is a graduate of the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program, and I've been working with her and the rest of her coaching team at her school in Pennsylvania for several years. These case study episodes are designed to share the unique story of a coach and the development of their coaching program and practice in their school setting. In this Spotlight episode, we are focusing on the power of switching from being reactive to being proactive, especially in a tech coaching role. In the full-length episode, we also chat about the evolution of the instructional coaching program at Tracey's school, how she's measuring data around her coaching, what her coaching looks like now, and what some of her big aha moments were in the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program. If you're curious how experienced coaches can continue to grow, this episode is for you. To listen to the full episode, subscribe to Coach Better wherever you get your podcasts. This episode is a fantastic example of how instructional coaches are leaders in their school community. If that sounds like you and you want to continue developing your leadership skills as a coach, you'll love our new workshop for experienced coaches, Scaling Your Impact as an Instructional Coach. You can find it at edurolearning.com/scale. And I'll tell you more about it, as well as another great opportunity for you to grow at the end of this episode. All right, let's jump in.
And when I first assumed the role, I definitely found myself in the position of a very reactive consultant. I wanted to help teachers in any way that I could because I was just a teacher at heart. And I felt like a responsibility to help them in any way I could to kind of also gain credibility. But certainly after starting my sessions with you, my one-on-one sessions with you as my coach, starting the coach micro-credential, following the guidance of, administrators, leaders, and coaches within my district, I was able to really make a total mindset shift, which made my year last year and this year, almost completely different experiences for me as a coach. So, I realized that, in order for teachers to truly transform their learning, it wasn't going to be the result of me running into their classroom and plugging in their whiteboard for them. It was going to be, kind of like a learning partnership that allowed us to kind of collaborate on ways to, increase student motivation, participation, and progression.
Yes. Okay. So this is why this totally resonates with me, because I have been a tech coach as well. I work with a lot of tech coaches, and this transition from classroom to coach, it's not just tech coaches, but I think it does stand out, especially as we talked about many times on our calls with tech coaches, because there is this additional hurdle of this physical thing in the classroom that people have to deal with. And as a teacher, you know how hard it is sometimes to get actual tech support. So there's that constant weighing on your mind of yes, I want them to be able to use the tool, but if I'm just the hardware technician, we're never going to get to the deeper learning. And so I really appreciate kind of the way that you phrase that about for teachers to truly transform their learning. It wasn't going to be you just running in and plugging in a whiteboard. It was going to be a collaborative learning experience that focuses on the pedagogy of the classroom. I mean, that is the key piece that we're talking about. So I know that you said that it was conversations with me and the coach and conversations with your school leaders and maybe also your coaching team. Was there anything in particular that really helped you make that shift? Was there a moment you can recognize, or I don't know, anything that just kind of clicked for you?
Yeah, I do remember, I guess it was last spring, a conversation between you and I where it did click for me, where you were kind of like, well, they see you doing is what they think your role is. And that was kind of like oh yeah, like I'm just making this worse and worse with every action I take. So that was definitely like an aha moment for me, for sure.
Yes. Amazing. Okay, so you went from being very reactionary and being a consultant and just kind of trying to remove barriers for people, which is super important. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with going through that phase. It's part of relationship building. It's helping you identify what your role is. It's helping you find clarity in the work that you need to do to make a bigger impact. Like that's all super important. So what does coaching look like for you now? Like, how did you make that switch? What happened there?
Yeah. So coaching for me right now, I'm actually really excited about because, one of the milestones from the coach allowed me to kind of dig into my data a little bit more. And so I was really actually just like excited to see my data at the end of this year because I knew that we were very intentional with what data we collected and that I could actually use that data then to inform my practices next year. The one thing I specifically liked drilling in on was the types of coaching. So, I just kind of documented my time and I looked at, was I spending my time consulting versus coaching conversations or co-planning or modeling and so forth. So after looking at that data, I was very happy to see that my consulting and my coaching conversation were kind of like in sync, about 50-50. Obviously, that's not my goal 3 years from now, but I thought that I was like consulting like a ridiculous amount. So that actually kind of being able to track that data and look at it was helpful. But the thing that really is different for me this year from last year is the, working alongside teachers for a prolonged period of time. I just love when I sit down now and they're like, can you just make a recurring meeting for us for every week? And it's like, yes, I can definitely do that. And then to see their excitement when, they're observed by an administrator and they get positive feedback, or just their excitement in this, recognizing their own professional growth and how that is then impacting, student achievement in their classroom. It's super exciting and definitely different from what I was kind of experiencing last year. And one thing that I did find, because as a teacher, you're getting that feedback all the time from students. Like, okay, you get this, you understand that. And you don't get that as much from, adults. So not only is this shift, better for the district, it's also way more rewarding for me as a professional.
Thanks for watching this clip with Tracey. I hope this conversation gives you insight into the power of making a mindset shift in the way you implement your coaching practice, especially for tech coaches. As this conversation highlights, we always have the potential to grow in our roles, to refine your practice as an individual coach, and to better support your coaching partners and the learners in your school community. Tracey and her colleagues at PASD have been working with me for years. Having an experienced coach and mentor to support you in the development and refinement of your craft is invaluable. Personalized professional learning designed specifically for you around your needs, your school, and your growth potential is exactly what we offer for our coaching partners, and you deserve it too. If this is where you are in your coaching journey, we have an exciting new opportunity this spring, a strategy session with me. This is a one-off 90-minute session where we can talk through your most pressing instructional coaching challenge and create a practical plan to work it through. It's like coaching and mentoring and strategy all wrapped up in one package, unique and customized just for you. These sessions are perfect for educators, instructional coaches, or school leaders who have one specific topic they'd like to explore in depth and get personalized support to take the next step forward. Get all the details at edurolearning.com/strategy. And if you've been considering joining me for a private mentoring package, these strategy sessions are a great intro. If you want a shorter option just to see what it's like, a strategy session will be perfect for you. And of course, if a strategy session doesn't sound right for you, we have workshops and courses to support you in every stage of your journey as an instructional coach. From new and aspiring coaches moving from the classroom to a coaching role, to current coaches ready to be more intentional and strategic in their practice, to established coaches ready to lead. Get started by trying one of our free workshops, like the Scaling Your Impact workshop I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, where you'll be able to dig deeper into the concepts we talked about today and get a peek at our courses for coaches. You can find them all on our Coach Better website at coachbetter.tv/workshops. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, we can support you. If you're curious right now, if you have questions, please reach out. You can leave a comment on the show notes on our website at coachbetter.tv. You can join our Coach Better Facebook group, or you can find us on social media at Eduro Learning and send me a DM. I'd love to support you in your coaching journey. See you next time.